Hey everybody, you're watching Break into Product Management series. In this conversation, Raunak and I had a conversation, and Raunak talked about how anybody can acquire some skills that are essential to be a PM, and what are exactly some skills that you need to enter into this market. So Raunak is a PM in Quest software. He worked in Amazon and S&P Global before. He has more than 8 years of experience now. So he's one of the best PM that I found on the internet, and he's the best one to guide you through your PM journey. So this PM series, this product management series is about how anybody, especially a fresher or in early careers, can get into PM from introduction to PM to building a resume. Everything is covered in this series. So this series second episode is here. Just watch it. Tell me your reviews in comment section, and also just like, subscribe, and just stay tuned for the further episodes. Hey everybody, we are here for Break into Product Management series, and this is episode 2 of it, where we'll be discussing skill needed for aspirants or freshers who want to just break into PM as a product manager and as an associate product manager as well, and want to just start their career. They can be freshers or they are in early careers. Ronak is with us. He's a PM in Quest and have more than 8 years of experience. He worked in Amazon, S&P Global. So yeah, Ronak, over to you.
Okay, nice meeting everybody, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed our last video. That was our first episode on breaking into product management. And yeah, like Ishank mentioned, and thank you, Ishank, for having me on board. And it's been a really pleasure to have this conversation with you. So yes, the agenda for today that is how someone who is early in their careers or fresher and want to break into product management. I think we already discussed what product management is, types of product management. In this second episode, we are going to discuss what are the skill sets that are needed for a product for a aspiring product manager or somebody who wants to get into product management. So there is, like we have spoken already, there is no straight path for product management. And I cannot simply say that you read this book or watch this video or complete this course and you'll be become a product manager. There are different type of products. Different Every product have a specific problem, and for every specific problem requires a specific solution. So there is no straight path that you do this and you'll become a product manager. However, in some of the videos, even I watch sometime on YouTube, but there is no clear path given. So what I'm trying
Right.
to do here is to give you understanding that just high level or just speaking gibberish is not going to make sense. So what exactly happens in the business? How do you identify a problem and how you come up with a solution? Maybe you'll not come up with a solution immediately, but what is the roadmap and what are the steps that you can take to find a solution? Right. So again, I think we already spoke problem multiple times here. Use this word. So that is the first skill set that you need to have is problem solving. So problem solving, specifically in product management, what exactly problem solving is. So every product have a purpose. It can be a service, a goods, or anything, but it is serving a purpose or it is solving a problem. So what exactly the problem that you are solving is a product basically. So what problem solving here is, it means that uh, there are going to be some challenges within the product and some strategies that we are not aware or some uncertainties and how as a product manager you will be handling it. So that is problem solving. So yeah, pretty much. And then there are other things that also comes as part of problem solving is you also wanted to understand what exactly a customer or a user and what their problems are and how are going to solve their problems. For example, you're watching Netflix, right? And and out of nowhere you are getting logged out from the device. That is going to give you a bad user experience,
Hmm.
and that is going to be a problem. So as a product manager, what exactly you're going to do? And then there are different and thousand types of problem that you have to solve. That's why I started with this comment that there is no straight path for becoming a product manager or becoming a problem solver. Every problem, first that you have to understand what exactly the problem is, and then you can discuss, collaborate with your team, and then come up with a solution. As a product manager, you're not required to give solution to a problem, but at least you should be voicing the problem, reaching out to the right people, and finding the solution together.
Cool. So, problem is identified and problem solution is provided. And then we are also building the product that is solving that exact problem. There is
Yes.
initial steps how to identify the burning problem, how to do it. Like, should a research has been conducted, or should people who are into early careers, they should talk to people first, or should they follow a particular path, or how it works exactly to identify the right problem?
Right. So there are again there are different ways of finding problem. So first of all, have a problem solver mindset. Right? Look around. There are everything that you see or that is around you. Maybe it's going to be a product because we live in such type of setup that we are surrounded by products. Maybe it is a service or something, right? So you're using a phone, that is a product. You are again using Airtel or Geo, that is a service, but again as in a form of product, right? So you have to find you have to be a problem, you have to follow a problem solver mindset to try identifying any problem that you see. Let's take one example of how problem solving is. So let's go back 5 or 10 years back where something called cab service was not available online. So there was no app, nothing was available. Someone identified that okay, currently booking a cab or taking a taxi ride have it's a very painful task. You first of all you have to go to a dedicated location or wait on a roadside and then wave just wave your hands for a taxi or a cab, and then they'll stop. Then you negotiate the price, you tell them the location, then they might charge you extra for luggage or for on or number of people that traveling along. So it was a very painful task. So someone identified this. Okay, there is a problem right now that what if we could offer a way, an option so that a user can book rides as per their convenience. They can see the honest pricing and what kind of cab or what kind of car they are traveling to, right? And they can also see how how the drivers or the taxi drivers are like have behaved in the past or what kind of service they offer, right? So someone imagined this, that yeah, this could be a proposed solution for this specific problem. But again, the way they have understood this problem or the way they have identified a solution for this problem cannot be applied everywhere. So you cannot apply the same concept in an e-commerce platform or same concept in a service based or anything else, right? So every problem need to go through with a problem solving exercise. But again, it depends on what kind of product that what kind of problem that you're solving. So now coming back to the example, someone like very beautifully they thought that okay, this is going to be there is going to be a platform where user can either download the app or come online to our website, give us some basic details, and they can book a ride. And the ride, as a rider, again you will have a platform where you don't have to wait for some a customer to come by. You can directly get a notification saying that you have a ride scheduled on from this particular location to this particular location, and this is the amount that you're going to get at the end of the ride, right? So not only it is solving a problem for user A, it is also solving a problem for user B. And in between, as a product, you are also making benefit, right? So there are three parties who are getting benefited. So one is the user, another is the taxi driver, and then third is the company itself. And again, that company is also going to hire thousands of employees, that also going to give employment to those number of people, also boost your economy. So see, from one product, there is an ecosystem that is getting benefited. So not only one user, again, there was a problem. Someone identified this problem, worked, had a team, worked among themselves, identified the best solution, and they keep working on it so that the overall process can improve over the time.
Understood, understood. So yeah, to identify the problem, or what I got from this conversation is you must have the mindset first because problem is all around you, all around the products and things. So you must identify the problem yourself by selecting the pain points. That yeah, this is the
Yes.
pain point and this is the problem, and I will create a solution for it. That is a quality of a PM, what I believe. And following up to this, we identified the problem. Now we propose a solution as well. Hey, these 7 steps can be followed for this, and we have to now propose a solid solution. And now we have to just
Hmm.
kickstart the product building journey. Now, what
Hmm.
skill do we need to just kickstart the product and into the product building pattern? Is it a UX UI design? Is it communicating with the stakeholders? Is it brainstorming and writing out things? It is written communication. What exactly skill is required to just initiate the process?
Right. Okay. So depends on what kind of environment that you are in. So if you are in a startup environment, then you might have to do everything. Right? Or let's say you are in a big corporate, but there was a strategic decision taken that we are going to solve this problem by this, then and then you are asked to come up with a solution. Then in that case, you're going to take help, as much help available. You're going to take all the help and then come up with a plan, involve or and collaborate with all the stakeholders, all the team members, and then again you can do an exercise or workshop. I'll come to that later, but how lot of details. But coming back to the problem solving again, let's say if you want to read more about problem solving, there are multiple concepts like design thinking is there, right? So you can again read about this design thinking, and maybe your users can comment if they want a detailed session on design thinking, and then we can take that later, and we can come up with a whole stretched video and where I can
Yeah,
walk over how what design thinking is and other things. But there are other solutions, other platforms and other websites. Again, the best way to do it is use ChatGPT these days. It's very simple. uh, for example, the example that I took, so you can simply give a prompt to ChatGPT and ask them to, come up with the solution, or, at least explain you what the problem here it is. So you can give them a basic idea that in my locality or in my country, in my state, in my city, there is no such platform which offers online facility to book rides. I want how it can be solved. Just by just giving this prompt, chat gpt, it might not be 100% accurate, but it is going to give you a starting point from where you can start looking at what exactly the problem is. It is going to describe everything, and then there are other aspects also you can consider. So once you have the problem identified, you can also again look at for whom you are solving this. Then again you can further categorize them based on their demography, based on their purchasing power, and there are a lot of things that you can involve, which you can these information you can gather from market research. So again, you can
right.
use ChatGPT to analyze the market. You can use Google Trends. Then there is free data available, statistics data available. Or also, if if you have enough users, or let's say if you have a user base, you can create surveys, right? Let's say you have a WhatsApp group. You can send out a survey asking like, I see that there is a problem X. What do you guys think about it? And then you can capture the user response. So survey me a monkey is there, and then there are various case studies also already performed, like from IIMs and other institute. They perform analytics, and they understand the case studies, and they also publish these articles which you can refer.
Hmm.
The best way to do it is go to Google Trends, right? Go to Google Trends, give it a hot topic or whatever. You can filter it from them out. and then you can identify people are talking about these things these days, and then from there you can pick a problem and then start working towards solving it. So if you don't know, don't see anything, any problematic thing around you, maybe you're living in an ideal world. But again, there are multiple problems that needs
Right.
a solution.
So in this conversation, I understood that market research is important, and there can be built-in public approach as well. For example, after Blinkit got acquired by Zomato,
Mm-hmm.
I saw this thing uh, like on LinkedIn a lot, that Zepto's founders and Blinkit's founders, they both were posting on LinkedIn regularly. Hey, do you want this thing? Hey, do you want this thing? And then they are also doing research on the spot, and they're also showcasing the analytics as well, that hey, this is the most searched product in past 24 hours. In Christmas it is the most ordered product. So that was really insightful as well. So after we identified the problem, after we proposed a solution to it, and we did a beta testing of the solution by doing a research, a survey, that hey, this is the proposed solution, do you want it or not? Then what's
Mm-hmm.
next? Is it any framework as well involved in it? That hey, follow this framework, it will must solve majority of your roadmaps, or is it any framework that makes this thing quicker?
So again,
Mhm.
the framework that I'm going to tell you is mostly on, let's say, if you don't know a problem, right,
Mhm.
and maybe you don't have an idea right now. So you
Okay.
want to build a product, okay, and you don't have an idea right now, but you
Okay.
have seen a few products whose I mean, they started really well, but now they are struggling, right? So for example, Paytm, right? Paytm started really well, and it was at its peak in during COVID time. Sorry, in the demonetization time, right? So when you don't have cash, but the only option left is do via Paytm transactions or card swap and other things. So Paytm was there at the at the right time, right? And it was ready. But what went wrong and something like that, and then again small players started emerging. So it doesn't mean that there is already a big player and you cannot grow. So the methodology is basically you can use the scramper method, SCRAMPER, scramper method. So basically scramper method is nothing but finding a substitute, right? So let's say there is Swiggy, then also Zomato exists, or like Zomato existed and then Swiggy came. So you'll see, for one specific problem, for one specific product, there are multiple players available in the market. So that also
Right.
develops a
Right.
healthy competition among them. But for all our viewers, I want them to just check it out. This is Scramper technique, and if it makes sense, we can have again a detailed session
Detailed
about
session
it.
on it. Sure.
Yes, but again, as the scramper technique is basically it is meant to identify a substitute. So what I mean by substitute is there is already a product, maybe you see a huge potential in, but they are struggling. So what
Hmm.
you can do better than them and build a separate product around it, so that then you do something better than what they have done and emerge as a bigger player on the market. So there are thousands and millions of products around that you can look, apply this scramper technique, and then find a perfect solution for a specific problem.
Understood. So this method can help us in into jumping in that market. That market already exists, and a product is already providing a solution
Already
to it.
there. Yes. Now,
Understood.
with let's say now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that everyone is familiar with Scramper method. Maybe if not,
Mm-hmm.
go and just have a quick look what Scramper method is. But today we don't have that much
Enough
time so
time.
that I
Yeah.
can go in detail about Scramper method. But quickly, I'll tell you. It is first is substitute, second is combine, adapt, modify, put to another use, eliminate, and reverse. Right.
Okay.
So
Hmm.
it basically is to identify the problem with the existing product, how as a substitute you can solve that product, and then combine, and then there's a whole process around it, but a quick way to turn around and find a solution or find another substitute product, basically.
Understood, understood.
Again, so let's say you applied this scramper method. Now you have a product idea ready with you, and some kind of solution, because your solution have may or may not change during the product life cycle. So a problem is identified, a proposal solution is there. Now again, now you need to identify who the customers are there that you are solving for, that you can identify by market research. For example, let's say we are trying to build a substitute for Swiggy. Then we'll apply this scramper method. What is Swiggy doing right? What is something that Swiggy is not doing right? Identify, propose a solution, and then find who are the users that are going to get benefit with this. So you can use Google Trends. You can use, again, ChatGPT is there. May not be 100% accurate, but it is going to give you a good amount of idea. And then there are different prompts which we can share it with you guys, maybe on our blog or somewhere, that the prompts that you can use to perform market research. Google Trends is there, like I already mentioned. And then there are independent bodies who conduct these researches and publish it. Again, there are free resource to get that. There are paid resources. We'll share those links with you. Like IIMs and other research bodies, they perform this research, and then they publish their articles. Some of them are paid, some of them are
Right,
free.
right.
But again, you don't have to go in detail and conduct the market research, but there are some tools, or some independent bodies or some companies that who is going to perform market research on your behalf, and then you can use it.
Understood.
Especially in the
Oh,
SaaS industry, there is a company called Gartner who conducts this overall 360-degree research on a specific product or in a specific company, and then they give their report where you can completely analyze this. For example, let's say if I say database, right? What exactly a database is, who are the major player in giving this database solution, or there is an online database, or cloud DB or something like that. Who is the top player? What are the things that they are doing right? What are the things other players are doing right? Then they give you this four quadrant where you can see. Let's say if you are working in a company, then you can
mhm.
use and you can see where I'm belonging and where we are lacking, and they'll also tell you that okay, other companies are doing these things correctly better than you, so that you will have an action item that okay, using this I can improve myself, all right, or something that is we are lacking behind. So you don't have to worry about conducting the market research. There are like I said, there are already companies, there are already organizations, third parties, they will conduct on your behalf. Some of them would be paid services, or some of them are going to be free services. But if you're starting right now, I would encourage you to use the free service as much as possible, use the free tools, and then gather this information. So once this information you have collected, consolidated into one place, and now the time is for data analysis. So for example, again, the another
Hmm.
example is going to be, now we are creating a substitute for Swiggy. Now I have the data set for users who have used Swiggy or similar platform in the past. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to perform data analysis, like who exactly are our customers. So by performing some analytics, you can get this information that my customers are mostly male. I'm just making this up. My customers are mostly male from aged 20, 18 to 30, 35. Okay, they live in the urban city. They are mostly working professional or students who doesn't have a cooking habit or doesn't have
Mhm.
access for cooking, or they are just simply lazy, right? So these lazy people are my target. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to prepare my marketing strategy around them. First, I want to get noticed. So how I'll how I will reach them. So again, there are different marketing
Communication.
strategies.
Hmm.
Yes, communication is there. So how different marketing strategies you can apply, and then you can bring those customers on board, and then see, then compare yourself, position yourself better than Swiggy. Then, okay,
Right.
Swiggy was not giving you this a big discount or good service. We are going to give you a better discount, better price at a great service. And that's how you can attract. I mean,
Hmm.
this is very lame example that I'm giving, but just to give you an idea and overall picture.
Understood. Understood.
So again,
Hmm.
communication is the another skill that a product manager or aspiring product manager should have. So when I say communication skill, it doesn't mean that you have to speak fluent English, or you have to write beautiful emails. You have ChatGPT for that. But when I say communication skills, it means you are effectively communicating your ideas to your stakeholders. It means
Okay.
the example
Hmm.
that I'm giving, whether as a stakeholder Ishank is convinced or not, or whether he understood what exactly I'm trying to say. That is one part of communication.
Right.
The, yeah, the second part of the communication is when to say no. So
Hmm.
as a product manager, there are going to be thousands of channels, thousands of ways that you will have a feature idea or something that doesn't work, and these XYZ thing. In my current role, I can easily say I have 10 different channels where I get request for a new feature or to improve an existing feature. I cannot accommodate all. So just imagine 10
Right.
different channels, and from each channel every day I'm getting hundreds
Hmm.
of requests. So I cannot accommodate everything, right? But I will still keep those channel open. I'll still keep those channel open. I'll still capture all the requests that I'm getting into one place,
Hmm.
and then based on the research or the data analysis that I have conducted, based on the market research, that my team has conducted, and based on the roadmap and strategy, right? What exactly, where are we going to be in next 5 years? Based on these three things, then we are going to make a decision. Okay, in the
Hmm.
next 1 year, in next 6 months, these are the things that we want to focus. For example, let's say you are working in a SaaS environment, you have a SaaS product, and you are a SaaS product manager. Now, in next 6 months to 1 year, what are the
Hmm.
things that you're going to give in as a
Features.
feature, right? So again, you will have a domain. For example, you are somebody, your product is, let's say, Canva or
Hmm.
Figma, right? So what are the new
Okay.
features that you're asking? The most demanding feature these days is using Gen AI. So
Hmm.
with Gen AI, I want to give you a prompt and expect a complete design, a complete website design, or a iOS app design, or a Android app design by just giving you a prompt. So
Hmm.
that is the biggest ask currently, right? In end of 2024, or maybe 20, but it started from a couple of years back. Now every organization, every product, even your competitors, or similar products, or completely different products, have started implementing this Gen AI, integrating with Gen AI or bringing Gen AI capabilities into your product
Hmm.
is their number one priority. Why?
Right.
Because the demand of Gen AI is the today is huge. It has a huge
Right.
potential. If
Yeah.
if you're not doing it, your customer, your existing user will migrate to another competitor because
Platform.
they would
Hmm.
do it, right? They are going to do it. So that's where you have to analyze. So how you understood this? You understood this based on the market research that you have
Right.
conducted. So in market research, you not only do you will research for the market, you'll also look for your competitors, what exactly they are doing and what they're up to.
Cool. So after the communication skills, after these skills, do soft skill also matters? Or like having
Yes.
communication as a personality and talking to
Right.
people. Soft skill do matters
Right.
or
Right.
not?
Yes. Yes. Soft skill does matter. So uh, see, few times, I don't know if you remember, some
Hmm.
time back for Google Pay, right?
Hmm.
They I mean, the product manager was doing the ads. If you remember, he was walking down around Charminar in Hyderabad, and he was just showing the that how digital payments are easy. So as a product manager, now he has to do modeling and ads as well, right? So that also is going to be part of a soft skill. But in a SaaS culture, SaaS environment,
Hmm.
some of time you will attend some conference, some events, right, where you will be again representing the product, and you will be interacting with a lot of different. So let's say there are every year, Microsoft conducts some technical events where they, call a kind of like, let's say, another example is the meta events where they invite all the YouTubers,
Hmm.
top
Right.
contributors. Similarly, for every domain, every area, such events happen, and as a product manager, you will be there to represent. And then definitely you want to send somebody who has good soft skills. They can influence, they can, again, you cannot send
Right.
every time your sales guys, right? So as a
Mhm.
product manager, you need to be aware how the sales channel works and the sales guys work. And then you need to create a soft influence on the customers. So you will be required to do a demo of the product. You're also required to answer all the questions that the potential customer or the existing customers
Understood.
have,
Yeah.
right? So soft skills does matter. Public speaking is also going to be part of it. Yes, definitely it does matter. In order to improve soft skills, yes, there are different again resources available. You can practice it on a day-to-day basis. What I generally do is I idolize somebody. I've seen somebody speaking, and I just you know try to go through his or whatever content that is available around him, and then see how he or she is trying to express themselves,
Hmm.
right? What are the ways? Some of them are like there are again thousands of videos and books are there, but my way is like to idolize somebody, try mimicking them, how something that they are good at and doing it. That's my way of improving my soft skills.
Hmm. Yeah, so there are many courses as well. Even in college nowadays, there are many different subjects
Yeah, yeah,
that is
yeah.
related to just
That is
building
something
soft
I
skills.
would leave up to the
Yeah.
audience, how they want to improve their soft skills.
Hmm.
But again, soft skill is very, very much crucial. And also, sometimes you need to have extremely good soft skills. And that also depends on what kind of product that you're selling.